This is another video for Math Pace 1095. I want to talk just briefly about this idea of markup on pages 36 through 38. I used to work in our church's bookstore. We had a small bookstore, still do, but I don't work there anymore. And we would buy books and Bibles and Patch the Pirate tapes, CDs, things like that. And we would pay a price to the company to get the product to our store. But we can't sell it at that price or we wouldn't be making any money. And we certainly can't mark it down from that price and put it on sale, because then we'd be losing money. We'd be paying more money to get the product in our store than we're letting the customers pay us to take it off our shelf. So what stores do is they pay what's called a wholesale price. And mathematically or technically that is called the cost, okay? So the cost is what the store pays to get the product in. Then they have to add an amount to that and raise the price, because they have to pay for the electricity, they have to pay for the employees who are working, they have to buy a new cash register every several years. Maybe they're renting a building, so they have to pay the rent every month. So they have expenses. That money has to come out of their profit. So to make a profit, they have to raise the amount. So that's the markup on each item. And that gives them then the sale price. Okay? So real simply, if you know these two prices, the cost and the sale price, all right, that's a piece of cake. We just subtract. All right? So I'm doing the wrong number here. 2200 subtract 1350, and my markup is 850. Now the markup is always based on the cost, okay? So the percent markup would be 850 divided by 1350, and that would be 0.6296. But then I need to turn that into a decimal, a percent, so I move the decimal twice, and I get 62.96, which actually when you round that off is going to become 63%. Okay? Now here's one where they give the percent markup, and they don't tell me what the sale price is going to be. So we're going to take 60%, which move the decimal the other way now, and I have 0.6. 0.6 times 289.99 is $173.99. Now that's not the sale price, okay? That is the amount of the markup. So I'm going to actually write that down here, 173.99. Now I have to add that to the cost, 289.99, and that gives me the sale price of $463.98. Okay? So when you first take the decimal, because you've turned the percent into a decimal, that markup is the amount of, let's say, profit, okay, that you're trying to make on that product. So this is what you paid to get it into the store. This is the additional amount you're going to make as a profit to help pay your bills. And therefore, this is the price tag that you want to put on the product before you put it out. Most stores, I would say, mark things up about 40% or more. 50, 60 is that's not unusual, okay? I should have put this percent over here, okay? Let me do that. I did that in the wrong column. 60%, so the markup is the 173.99, okay? Let me move the 65 over here and do this next problem. So we'll take the 890.49 times the 0.65, because I turned that into a decimal, and I get 578.8185, which I have to round that off to 578.82. All right. That's my profit, the amount of the markup, and now I can add that to the cost to get the new sale price. I'm not going to finish that. That's easy for you to do. Now, I want to show you a shortcut, because method 2, which we could use method 2 to solve this problem as well, is instead of first taking this, figuring out the markup, and then adding the markup, we can change the percent very slightly. We just put 100 as part of the percent. Okay? So I could take 890. 0.49 times, and this time instead of 0.65, I'm going to do it times 1.65, and immediately I get the sale price of 1469.31, and that should be the same as if I added these two together, okay? But it took me directly to the sale price. And if I have that, I could easily find that by just subtracting then, right? Take the sale price minus the cost, and you have the markup. So it's a little different concept, not something that maybe you are as familiar with, and maybe you didn't even realize that stores do that. I mean, think about it, it makes sense. They have to pay their bills, so they do have to mark it up. The next section after page 38 is what you're a little more familiar with, and that is a sale, okay, or a discount. And of course, my wife loves going to certain stores when they have a 20% off sale, or maybe even a 50% off sale. So then when you're figuring out the percent off the original price, okay, the sticker price, now you're seeing what the sale price is. And you can also then figure out how much money you're saving, the difference between the original price and the price after the discount. I think that will make a little more sense because you're familiar probably with having sales at stores, so I'm not going to do a video for the next section. I think if you study the example, I think the next section will make a little more sense. But I thought this particular part might be a little unusual, and I wanted to explain those words and concepts to you and show you a couple examples. Actually, we did a couple of your math problems for you for these pages, so hopefully that helps.